Hello, everyone. So, Audrey is free. You know, the boy who they took that picture during the 2023 presidential election, who came out in Mr. Peter Obi's, vehicle and stood. It was such an iconic picture during that whole election. It was only recently that news broke out that he had been incarcerated since January. He was framed up, he was thrown into jail, and all of that. And then barrister Inibehe Effiong swung into action and was able to get him released. They are even currently doing a crowdfunding for him to raise money and be able to help him and his family get him out of where he lived. He lives. It's just sad, you understand? It's just so heartbreaking. This is the story of a lot of Nigerians. Sadly, some of them who don't have anybody to cry out to or anybody to cry out for them, who nobody knows. When you're poor in Nigeria, I've always said this many times, you're nameless, faceless, and voiceless. You're not seen as a human being. All that you are is a thumbprint once every 4 years, and that's when they even care. Right now, they don't even care for those thumbprints because they know they can always rig. Why? Why? Why is life so difficult for a Nigerian who is poor? Why is life so difficult for a Nigerian who is unknown? Quadri is just a young boy, a teenager, and yet the state is not there protecting him. The state would rather throw him into jail and then breed an uncaring human being, breed a savage human being, breed a terrorist, and then the state will be surprised at what it has bred. There are so many people who are angry at Nigeria, and justifiably so, because Nigeria has been heinous to them. Nigeria has been a terrorist to them. And that's why most time when you see people who try to talk to terrorists, bandits, kidnappers, whatever, they always come out sympathizing with them in a way. Because when those people tell you their Nigerian story and what Nigeria has done to them, you just feel pity for them, even though they have also turned into criminals, monsters who are doing far worse that was even done to them. I always tell people when they say that Nigerians don't react, that Nigerians do react. It's just that in what way are they reacting? It is those who are reacting within the ambit of the law that are being stopped. Those who want to protest their anger, those who want to speak out, those who want to make demands, they are the ones who are being stopped by government. They bring their machinery, especially the Nigerian police, that is always a tool of oppression, a willing tool of oppression for the highest bidder. And then they use it on those people. But guess what? What about those who have taken arms against the state, against the citizens, killing, maiming? Some of them, that's their way of protest. And sadly, those are the ones that Nigerians listen to. The Nigerian government listen to those who carry arms against it, and not to those who protest within the ambit of the law. Why would you throw a boy in prison for this long? Why? And you know the saddest thing? There are many more Quadris in jail, languishing across Nigeria, in the length and breadth of Nigeria. How do you preach patriotism to those children? The children we failed? That's why when those children are shooting us, putting knives on our neck, raping, burning, looting, they don't feel any sympathy. They don't feel any empathy because they've never received any sympathy. They've never received any empathy. And that's how we keep going on and on and on. When will it stop? When will Nigeria be a country that listens to the most vulnerable, that cares for the most vulnerable, that protects the most vulnerable? Those are questions we should be asking ourselves. Barrister Nibehe Effiong, swung into action. And there's a statement that he made. And for I think I'm just going to go on and read that statement. It says, Quadri Alabi, teen who stood in front of Peter Obi's convoy, regained freedom from Kirikiri months after being framed from armed robbery by Lagos police. Nigerian police, you all should be ashamed of yourself every time. And you wonder why people have no pity for you. They can't. We are excited to announce that Quadri Yusuf Alabi, the 17-year-old teenager who gained fame during the 2023 election after he spontaneously jumped and stood in front of the convoy of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has been freed by the court today, 17th April 2025. Our client, Quadri, was abducted by two area boys who are notoriously known in the community as Lege and Baba Waris, close to his family residence at Amukoko, Ajerome, Felodun local government area, and dumped at the Amukoko Divisional Police Headquarters, Paku Police Station in Lagos State. Quadri was returning from work when he was grabbed by the duo, who, along with other jealous and entitled area boys in the community, have been harassing him and threatening to deal with him since 2023 for not giving them their share of donations gifted him during the last elections period. Quadri's family informed us that the Baale of the community equally pressured them to buy a cow and rice and cook for the community to appease the area boys. The abductors initially told the officers at Amukoko police station that our client was involved in street fighting. To the consternation of Quadri and his family, the police on 26 January 2025 took Quadri before a magistrate in Apapa and obtained an order remanding him at the Medium Security Custodial Center, Kirikiri, on a trumped-up charge of armed robbery. The police fraudulently joined Quadri with four strange adults who had no form of connection or relationship whatsoever with him, and claimed that the four strange men were his casemates. As part of the diabolical frame-up of our client, the officers at Amukoko police station also misrepresented his age to be 18, knowing that disclosing his actual age would likely raise eyebrows. When we were briefed by Quadri's mother a week ago, after the matter was brought to the public attention by Ms. Hassana Nuruddin, the co-founder of Ray of Hope Prison Outreach Hausa Girl at Hausa_Girl, we swiftly escalated the case and took necessary steps towards securing his freedom. At the court today, the presiding magistrate, His Honor A.O. Olorunfemi Mrs., confirmed that the legal advice issued by the Director of Public Prosecution (DPP) of the Ministry of Justice, Lagos State, Dr. Babajide Martins, showed that there was no evidence to substantiate the allegation of armed robbery against Quadri. In its legal advice, the DPP recommended the non-prosecution of Quadri, thus the presiding magistrate discharged him and he was accordingly freed. We commend the DPP for standing by the truth in this matter. We demand the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State Command, and Inspector General of Police should, as a matter of urgency, remove the DPO of Amukoko Divisional Headquarters and subject him to orderly room trial, along with the IPO, one Inspector Digbe Samuel, and other officers who participated in this evil, sinister, oppressive, and corrupt scheming framing up of a teenager for armed robbery at the behest of rogue area boys. We demand the Nigerian police force should pay the sum of 100 million naira to our client as compensation. Also, we demand a public apology from the police. If the above three remedial demands are not fully complied with immediately, we shall initiate legal actions to seek redress. Quadri's case is a painful example of the putrefying corruption, monstrous impunity, and pervasive injustice in the Nigerian police force. There are many Quadris languishing in detention centers across Nigeria because of the unbridled criminality, lawlessness, and lack of accountability in the police institution and the weakness of the justice system. History will vindicate the just. Signed, Enibehe Effiong, Esquire, Lead Counsel. Thank you so much, Enibehe, for what you do. And thank you so much to at Hausa Girl, Miss Hassana Nuruddin, who also took on this case. Thank you to all Nigerians who spoke up, who became voices, who were there. We are stronger together. God bless you all.